Alright, hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year, but also most importantly, welcome to season 2 of, I don't know, do we have a name for this? Season 2 of whatever you'd like to call it. Season 2 of entertainment, season 2 of screen time. Anyways, that being said, this marks the end of the video. Peace out and see you in the next one. Nah, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Today is gonna be a very brief and short one. I usually do an as the year ends type of video. This time we're switching things up. We're gonna do as the year starts. So it's more of a thought provocative, whichever. Yeah, something to keep you on your feet. Yeah, as you plan ahead and as you make resolutions. You know, if you're that sort of person who has New Year resolutions, goals, and all that, which you should do. It's very important. Yeah, so we are going to look into that without wasting much time and how best to kickstart the year in a very effective manner. So, I'm not gonna lie, I'm going to backtrack a bit to 2023 on this issue of goals, because when I look back at my genre, you know, I look back at the goals I wrote, the resolutions I wrote, and I wish I could like show you, but some of the things there are confidential. But then I only have 2 things ticked here, and these 2 things, the ticks are half. You know, it's not a full tick. It's like that sort of thing. Like, okay, we did a bit. So I'm only sharing this because it's going to reflect on today's talk. So, goal setting and resolutions. You know, as we start the year, we're all excited and all that. We're all dreaming big. We're so ambitious. For some reason, 1st of January, everyone is over ambitious and everyone's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. You have that much energy and zeal, that's great. But then, how best do we keep on to that zeal? How best do we, you know, move along with that? But that's not really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about rather how best we can plan for this year. So usually, like for me, I usually write goals, each year, of which I recycle some of those goals because it's not like fixed that these are for this year. Yeah? So I can, like to date, I still recycle some of the goals from 2022. I was going through this book of mine, and then I saw some from 2022. I'm like, oh, I still haven't done that. I'm still working on that, which is also good. But then at the same time, I want to take it. I want to take a different path this time. On top of having a list of goals and resolutions, I want to have a separate page of testimonies. So every year I'll get to come back and then jot down what I feel like this is testimony or something great that has happened to me worth sharing. Not sharing, or maybe just listing down and thanking God for. Yeah. So as the year will be ending, I will not only come back to see if I've accomplished the specific goals I set, but then I'll also be there to look at the testimonies. Yeah. They'll check themselves because every time I write them down, they're checking. Yeah. Or I can put something I want to testify by the end of the year. That can be a goal as well. But that's more of a goal than a testimony. So anything which happens or which is testimonial, I'll jot it down. So I have goals and testimonies. So I have 2 things to share by the end of the year. If I at all don't accomplish any goals, well, I have testimonies I can share, can be happy with. Because you know, what happens most of the times with goals and resolutions, we end up being ungrateful. Like as I shared, like from 2023, from my list, nothing. I get as much as I say 2 ticks, it's as good as nothing because it was a lot. And in those things, even those I ticked, not as they didn't go as I planned. You feel? So the best way is if I have testimonies as well. So I won't be so upset like, oh, okay, here goes another year. I haven't accomplished anything. Is you become ungrateful like that as if you haven't had anything great in your life and so on and so forth. Yet you have testimonies. So guys, let's practice this. I'm going to be practicing this as well. Guys, the year has just started. I have not purchased my English bundle yet. So, yes. So, do not waste your time. I jotted down some of the main points of this video because if I don't, I'm going to lose course of track, you know. So, that being said, I want us to treat life like education or school. Okay, like you know how you take tests after a specific course has been taken and so on and so forth. So you either take the final test and pass and proceed, or you take supplementary exams, repeat courses, or worst case scenario, you change the course. So like for me, jumping from 2022 to 2023, I changed courses because like I have to change the way things are done. I have to change the way of life. I'm aiming for this. I can't do that with this state, which is also another point because if you keep sticking to a specific agenda or like, no, I wanted to do this, so I'm going to try again for this. Sometimes that's never really healthy, or that's never really the way to go. So best is like just change the rules. You can still apply some of the things from the old course, but then, you know, simple and straightforward. Let's not waste much time with that. So yes, I changed courses, but unfortunately, I was still applying techniques from 2022. So imagine you change your course, and the reason you changed the course, maybe you weren't doing so well. You had your underlying issues, you're procrastinating, you're not studying, you're playing too much, you skip classes, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And you apply those same techniques in the new course. The result is not going to be so good. So I was applying the same techniques from 2022 in 2023 with a different course. So now 2024, since I haven't accomplished anything, but there are things I truly want to achieve and things I truly want to hit, and they're so dear to me that I'm not on the verge of like, let's change things again. But one thing is that I want to change the way I do things to get best results. So 2024 to me is more like a retest or a supplementary exam for 2023. I don't really have many other goals or aspirations for this year because I'm still trying to hit those 2023 and some in 2022. But I'm taking a retest. But I would also urge you, like, maybe you want to change your direction in life, or maybe you feel like, 2023, those aspects, I missed the goal. You can as well as change course. You can drop and change course, or you can repeat it, you know? For me, I haven't reached that state of, let me repeat the whole thing, because there's some things I did, some things I've learned. And also to point out, as much as I planned so many things for 2023 and they didn't come to fruition, yeah, but there's so many other things which I never expected or planned that happened, that when I look back, I'm like, yeah, it's good that happened, as much as whatever I wanted didn't go on, but that's also great, and that's something to be grateful for. It's worth the testimony, which I'll share that. So let's jot down testimonies. Maybe by the end of the year we can get to share with each other. We have the comment section, we have whatever. I mean, we can even feature. I mean, technology is easy nowadays. We can easily feature on this channel, you know. So yes, that being said and done, that's number one. Yeah, always take life as education. Be ready for a retest, that is a supplementary exam, a repeat, or change of course. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. But then also I've picked up a few tips from 2023 because like I one wouldn't just get to a point of having a supplementary exam. It means somewhere, somehow, things went wrong. And one thing which keeps coming back to me now is what my mother told me is on don't leave this life for yourself. And that one statement she said is like, yeah, I think that's the one statement she said, and most of its interpretation is like we have to learn to see how our small actions affect others. Because most of the times we're like, so what? It's my life, and so on and so forth. But then, yeah, it's true. But I mean, we are in an ecosystem. So as much as it's our life, whatever decisions we make might as well affect others as well, directly and indirectly. So let's also focus on that. For me, I think my major goal this year, I was actually shocked when I look back. I did something that was also my goal in 2022, if not 2023, is to open up more. Because as much as I look like a very confident person behind the camera when I'm talking to you guys, so wise, well, I feel like I'm so wise when I'm talking to you guys. Like, yo! But anyway, that's not the case. You know, as much as I look confident and all that, hey guys, I box in a lot of stuff, and sometimes it gets hard because I get to a point whereby I can say Dima Zanyanyara, or I just let things slide. Let them be, yeah. Yet I know I can do something about it, but then like I'm at the point where I'm tired, and I don't speak up, and then I watch things crash and burn, knowing that if I had said something or if I had done something, that wouldn't be the case. I would have been talking about something else, you know? So I'm learning to open up more. As much as it's going to be good for me, it's also good for others. Because like, whatever happens, as I say, let's learn not to leave only for ourselves. It also, you know, affects others. By the end of the day, I don't really want to say we have nothing to lose, because sometimes opening up and stuff might cost you something, but it gives you the peace of mind, especially to us overthinkers. Unfortunately, I'm in that 1%. But also thank God, over the past 3 years, my overthinking has, you know, has calmed down a bit. So thank God for that. I should actually write that as a testimony already. I have something to fill up on my testimony page. So in case you are dozing, yeah, it should wake you up. Yeah, that's pretty much of it. Let's not only focus on goals and beat ourselves up for that. Yeah, another thing is beating ourselves up for something. I should have done this, I should have said this, I should have done this in this way. That was me 2023, most of it, because like things weren't going my way, not really as planned. Kept beating myself up at the same time. In the process of beating myself up, I'm like, bro, if this happened like this wouldn't have happened like this. And you sure don't want these things which happen to be taken away. So it's a win-win. It's a win-lose situation. Yeah. But you know, God works in mysterious ways. And I mean, God's time is the best, even though sometimes that's hard to swallow. But it is what it is. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I'm pretty sure it's been long because I've been tracking how long I've been speaking. But from how I know myself, this video is long, not as how I intended. But I hope you get the message and it's insightful for you and your friends. Share. You never know who this message impacts, or yes, you never know. Yeah, it might not be something you'd like to hear today, but it might be for someone. And one major important thing is, let's learn to talk in a way that we want someone to talk to us, you know, like, or in a way, something in those lines. Not, there's a difference. Not talk to yourself the way you talk to yourself, because if you talk to yourself the way you talk to yourself, if you talk the way you talk to yourself, there's probably gonna be negatives mostly, because most of the times we talk bad about ourselves. But then let's learn to address things in a way we would want someone to address those things to us in a loving manner. Because one thing I've realized over the years, as much as I'm saying is I seem confident and know that I got everything in order, arranged, you'd be surprised. Because like, from those who have been following from the times I was writing articles, for those of you who don't know, or those who haven't read anything, I always link them down in the video description. You can always read at any time. Sometimes when I go back, because at that time, or even with music, I rarely listen to my own stuff. Right now I dig my own music. Like, sometimes I'm listening and then I'm like, the lyrics, I'm like, bro, this hits home. Like, the content, the message, you know? Because at the point I'm writing, I'm just writing like for the people, I don't really include myself and I don't really go back to them. And then as the years are going back, when I go back to my content, I'm like, hey, I think, man, you're also talking to yourself here. You can also apply these things. I think the last article I wrote was practice what you preach, which was more away from the main title, practice what you preach. It was more of you not taking the term literally, because if you take it like that, then I think by now you stop watching my channel, because I normally don't practice what I preach, but then I know the consequences, I know what it means, and that's also what I figured over time. I'm not saying that I completely don't practice what I preach, it's just an example. You can go read the article for you to understand briefly. But in short, I'm also learning from my content over time. I'm learning from my music. My music sometimes lifts me up when I'm completely down. I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, man, okay, time to get back on my feet. I look back at my articles and I'm like, oh, okay. I recently went through some, a prose written post, I think 2019, titled The Fix. I usually come across it every year, but then I was reading it again today. I was like, yo, it's like you were so wise back then. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, speak to people or address things in your life the way you'd like someone to address them to you. And that's what I've been practicing unknowingly, and I wish to keep doing the same. Maybe sometime I'll end up in ditch. I'll get to look back at my content, whatever I say, the things I shared, and they'll be able to post me up, and we'll be in the same boat. You as the listeners, I'll also join you in the audience. We'll share the same platform. Feel? And let's learn to love our own content. It's very hard as content creators, and I think that's a very big anomaly. But that's more that's much of today's episode. Welcome to season 2 once again. I'll try to be consistent with the uploads. I think last year was very poor. 3 videos the whole year. Very poor of me, I'm sorry. I'll try to improve this year. Hopefully I get on track and I don't lose course of action. I do something fruitful. So you guys have a great year. Have a blast. Plan ahead. Always plan ahead. I keep forgetting. You see, that's why I want to write things down. I didn't write this specific point. This point of humbling yourself especially when you're called out. I mean, last year I've been called out, and if there's one hard thing in life, is being called out, and this usually comes from a point of love from our loved ones. Yeah, when you think you're on track or you're doing something right, you might actually be doing something wrong, but then the moment you're called out, like everything around you changes. You know, the whole equation becomes you. Because like an example for me, last year there were some things I've been doing, some things I've been trying to change. I'd be thinking, hey, I'm making big improvements, I'm making major improvements. This is the way to go. And then let's say like my mom calls me out on a specific topic. And I'm like, hey, so you see how I'm working. So what I've learned over time, what I'm also learning, not what I've learned because it's still on an ongoing thing, is to not be so defensive. Because like as much as they might not see it from your angle on the works you're doing, but if they still call you out on that thing, it means maybe somewhere you're not doing it right, or somewhere you're missing it. Yeah, somewhere the image you're giving is not what you should be giving. So still work on that. You might be working on it, but then it's a call for you to push and do better. You know, because I mean, if people don't call you out, you should also call your friends out. That's also something you should do this year. Maybe something you should think of doing rather, not something you should do, something you should think of doing. It gets you in line because on our own, everything is correct, in all honesty. On our own, like, yeah, I'm doing things right. You never know how that's being portrayed. So learn to hear from others, learn to humble ourselves, and learn not to be so defensive because life is short, guys, and as they say, we're not living for ourselves. So I'm going to end this video at that. Sorry once again for being so long, but I best believe that as much as it's long, whatever I was talking about wasn't gibberish or trash. And yeah, see you in the next video. Ciao. Ciao.